A red flag warning took effect about an hour ago and is expected to continue into Friday. SDG&E has warned more than 53,000 customers that their power could be shut off as a safety measure.
News 8's Regina Ahn has more on the fire risk that could leave some people in the dark this holiday. But we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, who shows us how things are looking right now and what we can expect over the next few days. Carlene?
Taking a look at our current conditions right now, we have those wind speeds starting to pick up. Sustained wind speeds are into the teens as well as the 20s. We're seeing 13 miles per hour currently for Fallbrook, also for Ramona, 29 miles per hour for Sill Hill, which is the wind-prone area just towards the southwest of Julian. Also seeing a wind speed of 14 miles per hour for Boulevard. Gusts are starting to pick up. We're seeing the 20s, we're seeing the 30s, and we're also seeing 45 miles per hour for Sill Hill, 17 miles per hour currently for Fallbrook. And you're seeing the higher wind gusts in the more wind-prone areas. But the thing is, that's going to attribute to the heat we're going to feel tomorrow, as well as the dry conditions. Temperatures warmer than usual, dry conditions prompting this fire weather warning that's going to be in effect all the way through Friday. More details in your complete forecast is coming up. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and toss it to Regina Ahn, who is live with preparation because of these Santa Ana winds. Regina?
That's right, Carlene. So right now, over 53,000 potential customers could be without power, and that's because of those red flag warnings for our San Diego Mountains and Inland Valley. So with these high wind speeds, everyone should be on guard.
Strong Santa Ana winds coupled with low relative humidities, elevated temperatures, and across an already drought-stricken landscape, the potential for large-scale catastrophic fires has increased.
October and November is our peak fire season, and Captain Frank Lococo says some of our more rural areas should be more cautious.
In our mountains and foothills, in our rural backcountry, we're going to see some of our highest speeds of wind, and we also have some of our thickest vegetation. And that's where our houses aren't necessarily, bumped up right next to each other like some of the city landscape you see, but more an urban intermix where you have houses dotted throughout the rural landscape.
San Diego Gas and Electric posted this map, which shows areas that are at risk for power shutoff. SDG&E has activated its Emergency Operations Center to monitor conditions, and those who were contacted today should be prepared to have no power until Saturday. Mandy Maskell and her family live in Alpine. They say they have rearranged their plans to stay in Santee.
We've been here about 15 years, but it's definitely increased how much they turn the power off in the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years.
Maskell says it is getting frustrating.
We don't have running water when there's no power, so it's things like that that kind of make it a little harder to just live.
Candace Hadley with SDG&E says shutting off the power is the last resort. She says this happens to prevent utility fires during red flag warnings.
Our customers are notified when there is a potential. This doesn't mean that it is going to occur in their area. Honestly, we understand how inconvenient this is, especially during the holiday weekend.
But safety, she says, is the only reason for these power shutoffs.
So if the power is shut off, SDG&E will have to inspect its equipment for wind damage before the power is turned back on. So keep in mind, just one spark even after the red flag warning could ignite a fire. So for some helpful tips and resource centers available to you, visit CBS8.com and click on the help button. For now, live here in Santee, Regina Ahn, back to you.